Good morning, fellow worshipers. Today I'm going to discuss with you how to make my world famous one egg omelet. This is a great breakfast for you because it's very low in calories and it fills you up. It's only got 206 calories the way that I cook it. So first of all, I have my ingredients. I've got my extra virgin olive oil. I've got my onions. And when I do my onions, when I chop up an onion, I chop up the whole onion, and that way I can just use it real quick later. I've got my portobello mushrooms. You can use white mushrooms or whatever you'd like. I've got my single egg, and I've got my slice of American cheese. So the first thing that I do is I put some olive oil into my pan and heat it up. Not too much, you don't want it to be too bad. And throw in my mushrooms and get those cooking. Now they will absorb a lot of that oil, so you gotta kind of keep them moving. Now I usually start it off on high to get everything heated up and going, and then I switch it over to a medium, like a 6 or a 7 heat, and keep it going. I like to use a spatula so that I can flip the things around, and I just saute these up for a minute. And then I go ahead and put the onion in. I don't put them in together because the onion seems to cook a lot faster than the mushrooms. So in order to give everybody their time to cook well, I usually split them up. And you'll see that all of that oil got absorbed, so I'll add just a little bit more just to keep everything going. Move it around. Add my onions. Add as much as you want. You can add as much mushrooms and onions as you want. It barely has any calories. It does have some, a few, but barely any. So you see I'm sauteing up here, right? So you can see how it's going. Starting to look good. I'm just getting them a little brown. I'm not really cooking them through. It totally depends on you and what you want to do, how you want this to come together. That looks good for me. So now I'm going to break my egg. Pop it in there. Now, what I usually do is, in the egg, I break the yolk up. The reason is it makes it flow a little better. Now, one of the things you can do, if you want to make sure you do it well, is you could break the egg and scramble it in a container first. And then I just use the kind of gravity and, this centrifugal force here, just to move it around. I've got my spatula. I fill it in. So you can see it's starting to come together. Let this cook, let this harden up a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it over, put on my cheese, and we're all done. We've got a great little breakfast. I actually learned how to do this with the little spatula in the hotels because I travel a lot for business. And so you'd always look at the little omelet bars, and that's what they would use. And I got it home and I started to use it, and it made life a lot easier. So you can see now we're pretty much cooked up. I need to flip it over. This takes a little bit of practice to be able to do this, but look at that, it looks pretty good. I'm not Rachel Ray, but hey, we're getting there. This is, again, very low calorie. The cheese adds about 60 calories. It almost, it adds a good chunk of it on there. And what I do here is, after I flipped it over and put the cheese on it, I turn off the stove. That helps me remember what I'm doing. I do my little cleanup, grab my plate, and then I flip it off onto the plate. And look at that. I've got my world famous single egg omelet. Now, for those of you that are just starting on your lifestyle change, this is only 206 calories, so you may want to bulk it up. And a couple of great ways to bulk it up, especially in season right now, are berries. So if you look at this whole container, the entire container here, only has 138 calories, I believe, for the entire container. So go ahead, grab it. Wash them off. I wash them off when I get them into the house. And grab a handful or two and put them on the plate. And now you have a great breakfast. You're probably still 250, 260 calories max, but you've got the bulk filler there, and it'll fill you up, and it'll be a fantastic breakfast. So thank you very much. Thank you for liking our page. We can be found at www.facebook.com/hello my body is a temple. Please come over, join our community, join in the discussions, ask your weight loss questions. We're going to get into exercise information and those types of things. And I appreciate everything that you guys are doing for the community. Thank you and have a great breakfast.